Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What up? What up?
What's
It's
going?
another Wednesday night. We live. It's another Wednesday night with your one of a kind host for the Too Smart for Me podcast. Hey, I got some special guests. One is gonna be with us every week going forward, and another got that terrible background with that Stillers on his wall. But let me start with my man CJ. CJ,
Hey
welcome to
man,
the show, bro. Welcome to the cast. What's going on? How you feeling?
hey man, thanks for having me, man. It's a fun space to jump into, man. I'm excited to build with you, bro.
You already know. You already know. Hey, Tracy, what's going on, man?
You
What's
gotta go
going on?
ahead with that towel, man.
What's
I
going
know, man. You gotta chill.
on? We just gonna rock out like this the whole time, just so everybody know.
Oh man,
We gonna rock out like this.
unbelievable. I can't take it, y'all. I can't take it.
Yeah, he's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. But another Wednesday night, March 30th, the last episode for the month of March. It's a lot. We gonna get into a lot. I know what y'all been seeing on social media the most, that Will Smith. You already know. But we ain't gonna start there. I want to get into the final four a little bit. We ain't gotta go into deep detail, but I just want to know y'all predictions. We down to the last four, obviously. Who y'all think gonna win it all? That nasty Stillers background. Let's go with you first.
I mean, as CJ knows, we got Villanova in the backyard, but I think the story's gonna win. I think Coach K go out with a bang. I feel like they I don't know. I feel like the story is just going to go the way it goes. He's going to go out with a bang. I think it's going to be a close game when they play North Carolina. Just going to go out in a classic fashion, and then he's going to take the chip home. I think he's going to take it home against Kansas. So
Mm,
yeah, I like Duke against Kansas.
okay, that's interesting. CJ,
Mhm.
what you
I
think,
think
CJ?
I think that's like the perfect storybook ending. Like
Right.
I would agree with the same thing, but like also as Tracy knows, I just it's so hard for me to bet against home team. It's always hard regardless of the circumstances. Like them, like Villanova and Kansas, it's gonna be crazy. But like you can't sleep on North Carolina, bro. Like you cannot sleep on them, and like that's a rivalry. You know what I mean? So
Hmm.
it's gonna be a good matchup, man. It might be Duke in the end though. It might be Duke in the end, but I'm going for Villanova.
Yeah.
For sure, rightfully so. Rightfully so. So it's interesting, Tracy. Your prediction. I got the exact same setup.
Right.
I got Duke beating North Carolina, and then I got Kansas advancing, and I got Duke beating Kansas. But it's same reasons you said. It's Coach K going out with a bang. The
Hmm.
team just look poised. They got that kid on the squad that might go number one. I don't know between him and that kid from Gonzaga. So I mean, yeah, we got the same. We got the same thing going on. We got the same predictions.
Right.
You good? You good, CJ?
I'm drunk. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm changing locations right now.
All right. So off the final four, I definitely want to get at you about this topic.
That's fine.
You know what? I saw something you posted on Facebook a couple weeks ago. I'm gonna get into that first.
What's
Let's
that?
before we get into the predictions.
Hmm.
You posted something, and I'm paraphrasing. It was something like, "Oh man, the Steelers getting Mitch Trubisky. Y'all gonna be shocked because he not gonna lose the game. He got a big arm. He athletic. This and this and that and that."
Right.
So since you posted that on Facebook, I know we ain't hit the draft yet. That's why I got on the bottom of the screen. It says way too early. Give me your predictions of that AFC North teams 1 through 4. How is that gonna finish out?
So let me preface my comments by saying I think the margin of like the gap between everybody from 1 through 4 is going to be about 1 or 2 games. So I do think
Okay.
it's going to be a battle. So it's like I don't think like whoever finishes number 1, they're going to finish 2 or 3 games better than number 4. So I just want to say, just to the testament of every other team in the division, like it's going to be a battle up until the final week, and I think we're all going to be a part of it. Um, but with that said, um, I mean, I'm never going to bet against my squad, and my
We
logic.
know.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're going to ask me, I'm not going to bet against my squad, and the reason why is this. And listen, my honest opinion is this.
All
Um,
right.
ever since we was kids, we heard one entire phrase the entire time: defense wins championships. And it doesn't matter about all the glitz and glamour. It doesn't matter about who's the quarterback, who got the biggest arm, who got the best running back. None of that really matters because in our division, which doesn't matter who's on the other side of that ball. It's always going to be a battle. And when it comes down to AFC North battles, the teams that typically win our division, I can't talk about anybody else, but our division is the team that got the most stout defense. And I feel like the reason why I like the Mitchell Trubisky signing is because I don't think he's better than Ben Roethlisberger, right? But I do think
Mm-hmm.
he's better than 2021 Ben Roethlisberger. So it's like when I look,
Yeah,
yeah,
facts. I can go with that.
so it's like I'm not saying Mitchell Trubisky is the next best thing. I'm not saying that, but we're going to get a better quality of quarterback play from what we got last season. I'm just happy I got a
Mm-hmm.
quarterback that can throw the ball 45 yards. I'm happy about that. So
Right, right.
right. And I'm not saying he's going. If you're asking me to rank the quarterbacks, I'm going to rank Mitchell Trubisky number 4. But if you're asking me to rank the teams, right? I feel like we got a well-rounded team. I feel like we built a defense that we beat. People forget we beat the Ravens 4 games in a row with Lamar. Without Lamar, we're not scared of Lamar, right? When it comes down to the Browns, now I know y'all got Deshaun, so we're gonna have to see how that's gonna look. But it's like we were never, no offense, we was never afraid of y'all. So
Oh,
it's like,
absolutely.
but the only team that truly smacked us was the Bengals, right? They were the
Mm-hmm.
only team that truly smacked us, and I think they were a Cinderella team. I'm not really a Joe Burrow fanatic yet. I think Jamar Chase is the reason why Joe Burrow is relevant now. If they don't have Chase, right, I don't think Joe Burrow is that good of a quarterback, and we saw that in the Super Bowl. Um, so I think they were a little bit of like a Cinderella team. So I'm not really expecting them to, truly run our division next year. I do think it's going to be a battle. I do think the margin of the difference is going to be 1 or 2 games, and we just going to see who makes it out in the end. But I'm rocking with my squad. Number 2, I'm gonna put the Ravens. Number 3, I'm gonna put the Bengals. Number 4, I'm gonna put y'all squad because I just don't know what y'all gonna look like yet.
Okay. All right. You know what? ACJ, I love this, man. Because I knew he was gonna put us last. I I knew it.
If he put him first, right? You put the
No
Steelers.
disrespect
Man,
to
yeah,
Deshaun
I
Watson,
knew.
but no disrespect to Deshaun Watson, but like I like him and I'm a root for him and I'm a fan of him, right? I'm not even going to go against that. But let's
Uh-huh.
not act like he was always winning games with the Texans, bro. They were still number 3 or 4 in their division despite him. So I don't know if he's enough to get y'all truly over the hump where y'all are running things. Again, we got to see. Y'all could very well run the division. I just got to see it before I believe it.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. All right. So let me get to my as of today, what I think this is gonna look like.
Wait, hold on.
So
Wait, hold on. Can I ask a question? I just need to ask a question.
go
What
ahead.
for both of y'all? I'll start with Tracy. What acquisitions have y'all made so far?
We're the number 1. We have the most expensive defense.
I'm
So
saying like, what have y'all done? Because I can't make a judgment of like what I would think about y'all division because I don't know what y'all have done since, except for
so
this last.
put it like this: we attacked our holes, and that's why I love what we did. We attacked our holes. The biggest hole that we had outside of last season was 2 things. It was the offensive line, um, it was the quarterback position, and it was our a linebacker position, right? Those were the 3 biggest holes that we truly had. We went out and we ended up bringing in 3 different linemen from 3 different teams, all under the age of 26, all strong, all healthy, much better upgrade. I forget their names off the top of my head, but much better line than what we had the previous year, just from pure record. I mean, pure what's the resume. Um, We brought in Miles Jack at the linebacker position.
That's
We
right.
got rid of we got rid of Joe Sherbert. Right. We brought in Miles Jack.
That's
Um,
right. That's right.
yeah, we brought in the corner from the Bills. We still have
Levi Wallace.
not Levi Wallace. Actually, I think we did bring in Levi Wallace. I think that's his name. We brought him in. The only hole that we still have, which I will see, if we bring him in, I know we got good quarterbacks in our division, but if we bring in this last person, Tyrann Mathieu, I like my defense versus any quarterback in my division. Right?
Tyrann Minka is a crazy combo.
Exactly. Now he's the only whether we find somebody to fill that void, or if it's him, like I said, I like my defense's chances versus any quarterback in our division.
What pick
say again?
What pick you have?
We have the 20th pick. And like I said, I like how we attack our holes in our defense. And I do think the reason why, and let me say this about Mitchell Trubisky. The reason why I do, and I'm saying he's going to be great, but I think he'll be serviceable, is because he spent that year in Buffalo working with the same coaches that were working with Josh Allen. And we saw how Josh Allen was a project when he came in, and then they brought in their new coaching staff, and now we saw his mechanics and stuff get better. Mitchell Trubisky was under the same coaching staff the entire last season. So I do think that we're going to see a slightly better version of Mitchell Trubisky in Pittsburgh than what we saw in Cleveland. Because remember, he still threw a 6-touchdown game at some point when he was there. But they had their coaching dilemmas. And so it's like the politics of football are a little bit different. We got a little bit better pedigree than the Bears, right? Mm-hmm. So we can afford to work with Mr. Trubisky as a project. Whereas he was getting benched with the quickness because coaches in Chicago are trying to keep their jobs. Mike Tomlin got security. So it's just we're able to mold him and build him up a little bit differently based off of our pedigree than what was presented in Chicago for him. So that's just why I like what my team is doing. I like what they're doing. They're not spending a lot of money, but they're spending the right money in the right ways that we needed to do it.
Okay. All right, CJ. We got to stop this Steelers love fest now. All right, we got to
ask me a question.
Yeah, we got to cut it. We got to cut this short.
Wait, other than Deshaun Watson, though, who else did y'all?
So we got Chase Winovich. I don't know if y'all know who that is, but he came from the Patriots. He's a defensive lineman. Outside of Deshaun, Chase Winovich, I'm trying to think. I know we signed Anthony Walker back. He was our middle linebacker last year. And we just brought in the center he played with Seattle last year. So that's our major acquisitions. Obviously, Deshaun being the biggest.
Y'all
but you say what?
Y'all did Baker wrong.
Hey man,
I don't even like Baker, and y'all did me wrong.
Y'all definitely shouldn't have got rid of Odell if you was gonna get rid of Baker. I don't know where that came from.
Hey, so we really didn't think we had a chance at Deshaun. So it's like the timeline of everything is just off. Like if you see now, Landry wants to come back because we got Deshaun, but when Baker was there and like we were still going forward with Baker, he was like, "Yeah, I'm out of here. Like I'm tired of this mess."
Deshaun's a difference maker, man. He's a hoop.
So y'all did bring up Amari too, didn't y'all?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I ain't even say that, CJ.
I forgot y'all got Cooper.
I completely forgot about Amari Cooper.
I don't know, man. Y'all got.
I completely forgot. I know he in your division though, CJ. So you see him twice a year. But
he be selling for the cow. They don't be using him.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, yeah, he's coming to a better quarterback now, but yeah, I don't. It's something about Amari I don't like about him. But
nah, bro, he's a dog, bro. He's a dog, bro. He's nice.
Yeah, he is a dog. I know his numbers, but it's weird like how he play on the road when he don't get his way. But to go to the actual 1 through 4, all right. So I think Deshaun Watson gonna be suspended for 6 games. So this is going big into my predictions. So since he's gonna be gone for 6 games, obviously that's a third of the season. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Baltimore 1 because I feel like they're gonna be more healthy this year. People forget that team was like demoralized by the injuries last year. And even Lamar got hurt the last 3 or 4 games, if I'm not mistaken.
And he
I
was
think they would have been in the playoffs if he don't get hurt. So they miss it. He got hurt. They miss it.
I hear you.
Cincinnati. I got Cincinnati 2. I think I'm with you a little bit, Tracy, when you say Cinderella. Yeah, making the Super Bowl, that was Cinderella. But I think Joe Burrow the real deal. That's where I part ways with you. I think
Mhm.
he's special.
I heard the same thing
And,
about Carson. I heard the same thing about Carson.
and their defense is underrated though. Their defense is underrated.
They remind me of the Eagles.
I don't
Yeah,
believe in their
underrated. That defense is underrated.
I don't believe in their coach though. I don't believe in Zach Taylor, and they just extended him. But we'll see. I got us 3, and then I got your squad 4. We
Okay.
both put each other last, and I got
That's
you
fine.
4
We get put
because
last every year.
I got you 4 because your defense gonna ball out. That's never gonna change. That's
Right.
that's the Steelers.
Right.
But I don't think Mitchell Trubisky's going to lose you games, but I don't think he's going to win you games either.
He doesn't have to.
So I don't. But unless your defense play like the 2000 Ravens, I don't think you're going to be second or first in this division. And that's just my opinion, bro.
I got you. My question to you about the Bengals is though, because you got to take this. People forget this about football, right? And this again, no disrespect to your Eagles, CJ, but it did happen to y'all when y'all won the bowl. When the Eagles won the bowl, nobody took them serious that year, right? That's why they adopted that underdog mentality. And that's why it worked for them because they gave them that little bit of swagger that nobody took them seriously. And they did have a good nucleus of people that were talented enough to get the job done. And they wore that underdog thing all the way up into and beating Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, right? In my CJ, that's not what happened with y'all squad that year. Y'all were underdogs. Y'all, they were like the first
whole
home
time,
team. They were the first home team to not be favored in the NFC Championship game. It was something crazy, right? So they wore that and they won the ball off of that. I feel like that same mindset is what the Bengals adopted this year, right? Now, the difference between, last year, the difference between last year and this year is that nobody's going to take the Bengals as a joke. Everybody's going to have that game circled now. So it's like you're not sneaking up on nobody anymore. They're looking forward to seeing you to see if you're really the real deal, right? And that's where I feel like that's where a lot of teams falter, and that's why you gotta express. That's why you gotta respect the Patriots. That's why you gotta respect the consistency of the Steelers. That's why you gotta respect the consistency of all these other teams that've been consistent, like even the Seahawks for a little bit, right? Because or even the Chiefs, because every single year, year in and year out, people are expecting you, right? When they play you, you're getting everybody's best, and those teams typically prevail. And until the Bengals show that, I can't really write them off as they're a solid team because they had one run. You got to do it again because but you're not sneaking up on anybody this year.
All right. So before we before we end this one, CJ, get just off what you feeling right now today. What you think that order gonna be with the AFC North?
Baltimore from the rip. Lamar's my man. Like that bull crazy,
All
man.
right,
He deserve it. That's one.
we agree there.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go. See with Deshaun being out, man. That's what it is. But like, I would go Bengals 2,
Okay.
all 3, and I would probably go Steelers 4. But it's gonna
All
be a
right.
mix. It's gonna be a mix up with y'all. Like I don't Steelers sneak up. Like y'all just y'all be quiet all year and then end up, you know what I mean, a game away from
Yeah.
the playoffs or in the playoffs. So I don't be knowing. So
Back.
y'all division is it seems like it's always tight. It's always
Oh
it
yeah.
seems
Other than the AFC West, I think there's gonna be the division like where it's like a dog fight
yeah.
for
I
sure.
think Russell's overrated out there.